Welcome to a day in the life of Mabel. Mabel is our 85-year-old nursing home resident who's been with us for a couple of months now. While it's 5 a.m. and Mabel's still sound asleep, she's about to be woke up for her morning blood draw. The lab tech will be here any minute. Here they are now. The blood draw only takes a few minutes, and since Mabel is still tired and doesn't normally get up this early, she's able to fall back asleep for a little while longer. It's a good thing Mabel was able to take a cat nap. The knock shift decides to be extra helpful and begins Mabel's shower before the day shift comes in. Next comes morning pills. Mabel takes all 9 of hers one at a time, each one with a full Dixie cup of water. At breakfast this morning, Mabel is seated with 2 women who are excited to have their spouse visit today. Her blood glucose is 80. It's been a long morning already, and Mabel heads back for a nap. Knock, knock, housekeeping! Mabel's awake again and visits with the housekeeper as they clean her bathroom and bedroom floor. At 10 a.m., it's time for the daily sing-along. Today is Songs from the Tropics. This makes Mabel weepy. Those were some of the favorite songs she and her husband used to dance to. She's brought back to her bedroom after this to wait for lunch. Mabel sits and waits by herself. Oh no, there's been a fall. The housekeeper found Mabel on her floor and calls for the RN. The RN does a full assessment and vitals and decides that, along with her being so weepy and this fall, being in a wheelchair might be the next best step. Lunch is served at noon, but Mabel doesn't arrive until 12:30. Due to her fall, she's now using a wheelchair. Mabel was found incontinent of urine at the time of the fall, and as she has multiple activities today, she's wearing a brief as a precaution. She sits at a new spot for lunch as her normal meal partners are sitting with their spouses. Mabel takes 4 pills at lunchtime, and her blood glucose is 64. She doesn't eat much and reports having some back pain from her fall. Mabel is exhausted and returns back to her room for a nap. Maintenance comes at 2 p.m. to fix her toilet. Mabel is still really tired and is able to fall back asleep. But her afternoon nap is short-lived because Catholic church services begin at 3, so someone wakes her up. After church, Mabel returns to her room. The nursing assistant comes in to do vitals due to her fall earlier and finds that Mabel is crying and reports this to the RN. A short while later, at 5 p.m., it's dinner time. Mabel only eats about a fourth of her meal. Her blood glucose is 77 at this time. PM med pass is given, and Mabel takes 6 pills, each taken by themselves once again. She has brought a chocolate chip cookie and a cup of coffee, as the staff knows she has one each evening. Mabel becomes weepy once again, and throws the cookie and hot coffee at another resident. Mabel is assisted to bed, and the nursing assistant helps her get into a hospital gown for bedtime. Mabel makes a joke about how the mattress feels like a rock. The nursing assistant laughs with her and then places her Bible on her nightstand so that Mabel can read it when she gets a chance. An hour later at 8 p.m., Mabel still hasn't fallen asleep. She uses her call light to get assistance so that she can use the bathroom. At 8:30 p.m., Mabel returns to bed. At 10 p.m., the evening shift does their 2-hour rounding and water pass. Awake but very tired, Mabel falls back asleep. At midnight, it's time for water and rounding and vitals once again. Wake up, Mabel. Now go back to sleep. It's been 2 hours. Mabel's probably dying of thirst. Good night again, Mabel. Go back to sleep. At 2:30 a.m., housekeeping is busy gathering linens. Mabel drifts off into a peaceful slumber around 2:45 in the morning. After a solid hour of sleep, Mabel is woke up for 4 a.m. rounding, vitals, and water pass once again. Which brings us to curtains close on a full 24-hour day in the life of Mabel.